We are here at Copa, Virginia, and the best 2 out of 3 between Robert Sandys and Rudy Talamantez. We had the first match, very, very close match that Rudy was able to take by submission with under a minute left. Let's see how the second match goes. Both men tying up a little further back than they did in their first match.
Yeah, first match was very back and forth until the submission victory, so this one could go either way. In the first match, we had Robert grabbing a single and finishing that takedown pretty early on. We'll see if he's looking for that same strategy this time.
Nice pull there from Rudy.
Did a nice job spreading out Robert's base early, too, making him kind of work to stay on top. Looking for that loop choke, but not able to grab the second grip. It's nice to threaten something like that, though, because Robert on top here does have to respect the attempt at this X choke.
And it starts to limit what you can do for passing.
Yeah.
Because you have to address it. It narrows the scope of where you can put your head and like where you can leave your body, because they can throw you over with that choke or roll through on it if you're not careful.
Robert getting an interesting angle on this one too, clearing back up to chest to chest.
Really nice like long step attempt out of the guard. Rudy's able to recover it there, moves back into closed guard.
Rudy keeping Robert's posture down here. Still kind of looks like he might be trying to squeak his hands in there to look for that X choke or loop choke grip that he was looking at earlier. This closed guard position can be really frustrating on top, especially if the bottom player is able to keep your posture broken down like this. Rudy doing a nice job pulling Robert's gi back up, the skirt of the gi back up into his neck. This is a great way to keep that posture down.
Yeah,
Robert,
it's odd. The referee looks like he potentially may stop if that gi comes up over the head. You see the referee kind of getting close as the grip comes up higher and higher. It's a really odd grip. There is an X choke that you can do from here from this if the referee lets it, but he looks like he's going to pull the gi off completely.
Ref breaking things, as Maine mentioned. That gi looked like it was going to come up over top of Robert's head. So you are allowed to use that gi however you need to, but you're not allowed to pull it over top of your opponent's head. That's a stoppage to reset.
You can't start to take it off functionally.
Yeah.
And so once the garment comes off, there's a reset. And it's a little bit arbitrary for when the referee kind of decides, okay, we've moved past normal use here. Going to move him back to the center here. I'm not really sure what Rudy is looking for with that grip. It's not a super common grip that you see folks drive for, unless you're going for essentially a very, very uncommon variation of like a suicide choke or like an X choke from the guard where you're using that material. It's a really fat kind of big grip to use, but I've seen it before. I would be curious if that's actually what he's going for.
Yeah, and especially with Robert's hips down. Once Robert's hips get up, that grip can be a little bit more useful if you can sort of use it to elevate, create some sweeps. But until that point, it's not really doing much. Rudy changing strategies here now, though, looking for that cross grip. This is a much more common grip that we see in the gi. But Robert doing a great job getting his hands down deep into those hips, spreading out Rudy's guard, opening that guard, and stepping over into this half guard position here now.
Yeah, really exactly what we saw in their first matchup, that same opening and then moving into the exact same passing.
Rudy this time, though, not letting Robert get that head in. Last match we saw Robert able to get his head in underneath Rudy's armpits to start looking for potentially cross faces. This time, Rudy's doing a nice job keeping a little bit of a frame, and then he rolls over onto the top.
Really nice sweep, and then counter scramble back into the top. Is going to get an advantage for that. We do have both guys right now have a negative, most likely for stall or for inactivity there. I actually did miss the referee making that call. But right now, Rudy is up by 1 advantage with 2 minutes and 20 left in the match.
An almost back take attempt there from Robert during that scramble. Did not get scored. Not close enough to an actual attempt there.
Yeah. You just need a little more control in order for that to be scored.
Yep.
The hips are too low. You're not quite squared on the back. You really can't. You're not going to get an advantage for that. A little bit of high closed guard here from Rudy on the bottom. Rudy seems much more interested in hunting for the subs here. I think we're going to get another advantage. Another penalty. Bring another mirrored penalty for activity for both. Robert, referee seeing Robert's not doing enough on top. Rudy's not doing enough on the bottom there to progress the action.
And I do like that stalling call. This has been it's a little slow here when we're trying to keep the posture down in this closed guard position. And Rudy is definitely looking for some submissions, but it's taking a little bit of time. I think these are good stalling calls.
Yeah, you need to progress the action. And these Masters matches are a little shorter, and so you need to progress the match at a pace, at an acceptable pace, and the referee's just trying to keep the pace of the action going.
And we have just under 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in this match. Rudy is up by 1 advantage, but the score is still 0-0, which means any points scored in this match will take it. And so in this case, this is Rudy looking for possibly a sweep, although he is up on the advantages, so the ref is going to stand him up here.
I think we're going to move to another penalty here, and we're going to move to a reset, or we're going to move to a DQ potentially. We're going to see how this goes.
Another penalty for each.
And then
it's 2 points
restart
on the board and a standing restart. So Rudy is still up 1 advantage here, but any additional penalty at this point is a disqualification. So if either player is driving the stalling here, they will get disqualified with another stalling penalty.
Correct. And again, if their action's not progressing, both gentlemen can be hit with a penalty and we can get a double disqualification. It is pretty rare. In a 3-match series, it still then pushes it to the 3rd match between Robert and Rudy here, but it would be uncommon.
As of right now, 30 seconds remain on the match. Rudy is up that 1 advantage. Robert really pushing the pace here now. He needs to. Trying to clear that bottom leg.
To take this match here.
And his knee is out, which is the first step of getting that pass. Robert long steps back. Rudy takes the space to set himself up. Robert coming around to the back.
3 seconds left. Looking
Covering
for a
that turtle,
choke.
looking for that clock choke.
And that is time.
Let's see how the ref calls this one.
Yeah, the referee could potentially award an advantage for this. But it is a very, very close match. Again, playing really to the edge of the margins in the rules. We'll see what the referee awards here. Referee is either going to give an advantage and then make a decision, or just going to straight up, Rudy's going to take that one. Not quite enough at the end to award the advantage.
And I think that makes sense. There wasn't enough time in that submission to really give it the advantage. Yeah. Rudy takes this series 2-0.